brother?
Boom, boom. That was a great little clip there, man. That's a good one.
It's not bad, huh?
Not bad at all.
Those things are fun.
Yeah.
I mean, not to make. I don't know how it is to make them. I pay somebody to generate them, but they're fun to use.
I'm really good at making that kind of stuff, Matt. I'm kind of a tech specialist myself. Not exactly.
No.
So
you're on Roseville today, huh?
Yeah, I am. I'm somewhere actually. I'm shoot, I already forgot.
So
I'm in Roseville. Yeah, this is my fourth city today.
Wow.
So yep, been on the road quite a bit.
You just cruising by yourself?
I'm cruising by myself. Kelly's working a different direction, so I am in the Denali office.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yeah. What's a big topic today? What are we talking about?
Man, I just want to get on here and talk to you about a little bit of like what people can do to build their database right now.
Oh, database. Cool. So are we talking budget or no budget? Or you want me to tell you what I'm doing, or
let's relate to them, right? To people that are hurting.
Okay.
Let's start with no budget and then work our way a little bit into it.
We got to go back in history then.
Right.
Little rewind. So no budget Steve building a database.
Yeah.
High focus on low hanging fruit. First of all, that's how I'd start my day, right? So expired, FISBOs, circle dialing, stuff like that. At 12 p.m., actually like 12:03, the MLS spits out the most exciting piece of data a real estate agent can have, right?
Yeah.
Boom. So 12 o'clock at night, I'm up. I was writing down every single expired address. And then I'm talking no budget. This is super helpful for those of you that don't have any budget. Is I Googled each and every single name and address on there, which gave me a crap list of terrible data. But I had, 19 phone numbers for each person. And I would call cousins, and I'd call daughters and grandparents, whoever might have the phone number of the person. And then I'd hammer through that list. And then building my own database at the same time. I played games, Matt.
Yeah.
Like I'm in Home Depot. Yeah, you do. I'm in Home Depot. I'm trying to get the person in front of me to bring up real estate themselves, not me. Like that's the game I played, right? I made it fun. So I'd have a lot of really good conversation with people I didn't know, and I'd be trying to get them without using, hey, where do you live? What do you, tell me about your real estate experience on your own. And I would get it a lot of times, and I would, in my mind, I got a point. More importantly, I got a new relationship, passed off a card, gathered information in my phone, those kind of things. And then nothing beats a sphere. Like your phone already has contacts in it. And I was pretty good about, sending out a text. Who do you know that's thinking about buying or selling real estate in the next 3 to 6 months? ? Right. Or I'd call them. I did a thing where if I'm driving through like my old childhood neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
Instantly, I think about 10 kids I used to play football with. So I would just call them. Call and talk to the ones that, not that I had every one of their phone numbers, but the ones I still could get in contact with, I did. So that's pretty much how I built my database with no money. And then when I got into little money, I started spending. This is not a recommendation. I'm telling you how to learn from my mistake. I just spent money on every single company that said I could provide you leads. I said, yes, I'll take some. Thank you much. And I dumped a bunch of money into it until Albie Stasic taught me, well, why don't we take a look at whether or not you're making some money off of that?
Right.
Oh, great idea, Albie.
Let's actually look at some numbers, huh?
Yeah. Turns out I wasn't making nothing. So cancel all those. So, $32,000 I saved off that 30-minute first phone call meeting Albie. Thank you, Albie Stasic. But then it became strategic, trying a lead source, tracking the data, seeing what kind of return I was getting on it. If I was getting a return, guess what? Take that commission check that they helped me get and put it right back in there. Double up the ad spend. So I got a database built pretty fastly, but I'll tell you, the database doesn't matter if you don't nurture and follow up, right?
Yeah, it's just sitting there.
So then comes another season where you're going to have to say, hey, okay, so I've got all these leads. I called them one time, and either they were all bad or there's something wrong with Steve. So now I got new game. I got to learn how to do follow up and build systems and automations. Get the automatic text and email set out, and is it the right one? So database is a pretty big subject. Became really, really important over the years.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely crucial. I've been talking a lot about prospecting and follow up, right? And I'm sure you've seen some of the videos, you might not have, but
of course.
I think it's really just the most crucial thing that a person can be doing right now is building that database, but then following up with them. Like I remember there was one day, because I've said it before, my CRM had been emailing people, texting people, but who's responsible for calling them? Who's responsible for setting up appointments and being that person that they want you to be? I had a guy tell me, Matt, I was just waiting for you to call. I was like, oh, okay. This is important. But then, it's those people that you roll through that are like, yeah, I mean, I would have gone through you, but I bought through somebody 6 months ago. Because why? Because that person called those people. That person was in front of them nonstop, top of mind, doing what you should have been doing the whole time, And so I really, because 2021 was simple for us, right? I mean,
for sure.
If you had a pulse and a real estate license, you were going to sell houses, right? That's not how it is anymore.
No, it's changed a little bit, and that's a good point. And if we know that the fortune's in the follow up, we hear that all the time. Right. Yet the ease is in the person that's ready to go. Well, that person that's ready to go has likely had the 12 to 13 touches, the 20, 25 touches, and you just happen to be there for the right touch at the end there. But most people will only touch 1 time to 0 times.
Yeah.
So, how can you make money doing that?
You can't.
No.
Well, and I think it's crucial to remember that this is a job.
Yeah.
We may not have someone breathing down our neck to do stuff, but anywhere else that you go, you would have somebody telling you what to wear, telling you what time to wake up, telling you what to do during the day. Get on the phone, tell them this script, go do this job.
Yeah.
Why not treat this job, real estate, the way that you would be treated working for somebody else's success story?
And that's it. And it's like you hear people say you want a pro athlete money without doing the practice. Well, right. You're showing up to the game empty-handed. These calls, these follow-up calls, learning these scripts, learning the objections, handling all that stuff, that's what gears you up for doing it. So I think I was fortunate to have to start that way, because I had thousands of conversations that I did really, really poorly and got them out of the way and learned how to, stop thinking about me and start thinking about the person on the other end of the phone. Game changer, right? So there is a pain point to learning. So if somebody watched this video right now with no budget and said, okay, well, I'm going to start calling expireds. Well, you're probably going to suck. That's okay. Yeah. Like, you're just going to suck until you don't suck anymore. So you got to get to work and do it. I promise I was one of the worst people on the planet when I called expireds. Yeah.
Everybody is.
You just got to be hard-headed and dumb enough to just keep doing it, regardless of how dumb you are or how terrible you are with scripts. Right? There is no magic script that you're going to say the first time and nail it. No. Not that you might get lucky.
It takes a long time, and it takes repetition. I mean, you don't just right off the bat you're able to speak to people on the phone. You have to internalize these scripts and turn them into your vernacular and use them to your advantage, yes, but to the advantage of the person on the other side of the phone, right?
Yeah.
Your job is to keep them on the phone, and their job is to get you off the phone. But if they're listening to you, they want to at least listen to somebody articulate. They want to at least listen to somebody that has something of value for them, right? Because that's at the end of the game. That's what it's all about, is their value. What are they getting out of it from you? And if you suck at the script, okay, that'll happen at first. And I sure did for a long time. for a long time, right? I don't know how many times people have hung up on the phone, cussed me out, told me all this stuff. And yeah, it sucks at first, but after a while, you kind of get a thicker skin. You're like, wait a minute. And it goes back to that gamifying, right? It doesn't hurt me if it's a game, right?
No, you're just playing.
So why not? What did we do at the office, right? Back in the day, we'd go for no. And remember, we were keeping tally of how many people, said no to agents. And I mean, if you make it a game, it's going to be fun. I've noticed that the more that I've done this, the longer that I've been in this business, the harder it is for me to get a no.
Yeah. Just the fact that they, in some way, shape, or form, they've raised their hand and said that they're trying to buy or sell a house, right? So they're not saying no to not wanting to purchase or sell something in real estate. They're just saying no to you.
Yeah.
Like they have no reason to work with you, no trust, and people don't want to be sold to. And a lot of people are trying to sell them over the phone and convert them with fancy things to say, So I got better when I learned that there's just a few things that I need to help somebody, right? And somebody recently, like within the last year, had put out LP Mama, right? Which is location, price, agent. Do they have an agent? Do they have a mortgage? Motivation, those kind of things, right? So like that's the basics of any conversation in real estate. The rest is hearing what they want to do and what they're trying to do. So being able to openly listen to them instead of worrying about what you're saying when you're learning a script is what really shifts it, I think, because I hear a lot of people start making calls and prospecting and doing follow-up, and it's not that they're not smart or don't know what they're talking about. It's that they're just not confident enough to just have an engaged conversation with somebody else. They're too worried about the outcome of the call. They're too worried about getting the script right. They're too worried about these things instead of just listening to what the heck it is the person is trying to do in their life, and then being confident enough to know that we know how to help them with that part.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And certain scripts aren't going to work for everybody, right? I'm not going to say the same thing that I would say to somebody in my database that I've already started training to know, like, and trust me, right? I'm not going to say the same thing to them that I would to an expired, or I would to, say, a person that is trying to sell the house by themselves, right? For sale by owner. I'm going to use different verbiage, different everything, syntax, everything is different with those different people, right? Because you have a different opportunity with them. With a for sale by owner, I just want to get my foot in the door, meet them, do an open house for them. And that's really what I've found is the easiest way to kind of show them my value. It's like, how many people have you had come through since you listed it on Facebook or whatever? And they're always like, none, not many. Well, nobody's really called. Okay, well, what if I could bring through maybe 5 or 10 people this Saturday around 5? Is that going to work for you? Well, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, I'm going to go ahead and host an open house and market it. And I'm, obviously going to doing that because I want the leads to build my database, right?
Sure. And that's a win-win for both people
on that, because that's going to help you build not only your database with people looking to buy or sell a house, but you're also impressing a first sale by owner.
Sure.
Yeah. So
it's a win-win for both people because you don't even need the listing at that point. It's a simple trade. I'm going to bring buyers through, and the reason I'm willing to do that for you is because the ones that don't buy your house, I'm going to go show them something else. Sound good? Yeah. Easy.
Simple.
Yep.
So what's next on your plate today, man?
I can't pull up my calendar right now because we are live, but I think that I'm heading back to work, actually my database, because I haven't had much work on it today. I've been going since I got up Got back from Petaluma at like 1 o'clock. I had to get my outdoor workout in between 1 and 2. Went to bed at 2, and then had to turn around and get up early this morning to hit the road. So I've been going. I got some workouts to do and that kind of stuff. But I know I'll be hitting my database tonight. Doing my follow up.
Yeah, perfect. Well, man, I appreciate you coming on today. I don't want to take up much more of your time.
Yeah, man.
This has been fun. And
sure.
Stick around for just a second.
You got it, brother.
All right, bro. Thanks.
Later.